Hey everybody, it's Stephanie and I am here with the very first exercise routine of my 3-workout Y.E.S fitness plan. Y.E.S stands for Younger, Energized, and Stronger, which is how you'll feel if you do all 3 of the workouts each week for 8 straight weeks, along with your regular cardio. These exercises in each of the workouts, they're a combination of body weight exercises and resistance bands moves. So you're going to need resistance bands in various strengths. If you don't have any, I'm a big fan of Body Elastic's resistance bands. That's what you see right here. I'm not affiliated, I just have been using them for years and I really like them. And then the other thing you're gonna need is some sort of anchor for the resistance bands. And this is an anywhere anchor from Body Elastics. I'll put a link in the description. It wraps around any pole, works great for threading your resistance band through, and you can do your workout easy peasy just like that. Or you've probably seen the door anchors. Those you just slip through a door on the hinge side, thread your resistance band through, and then you're good to go, just like that. You've got 2 options for this workout. You can either do it on your own, and I've got descriptions for all of the exercises over on the FitRV website. There's a link to that in the description. Or you can follow along with me right here in part 2 of this video. We're gonna be doing 10 reps and 2 sets of all 7 exercises, and that's how you wanna start with this. You'll eventually build on that, adding reps and intensity, and even a 3rd set as you progress. For this workout, you wanna find a place that you can mount your bands that's about chest to shoulder height, and like I've got right here. But if you just have a railing to work with, that's fine too, which is about waist height, that's okay too. So here's a quick preview of the exercises, and after that, we'll start with the workout. Exercise 1, you're gonna do a wide squat with alternating side stretches. Exercise 2 is a single row with a lunge back. Exercise 3, this is a fun combo move with a reverse fly and a skier squat. Exercise 4 is a single chest press and you're holding a split squat here. Exercise 5 is a robot walk, which is a great balance and coordination challenge. For exercise 6, you're gonna do standing core twist, 10 on each side. And then finally, exercise 7 is doing calf raises while you're in a heel toe balance. Now that you're all prepped, grab your bands and let's do the workout. I'll see you in part 2. We're going to take the first 2 exercises and superset them, which just means we're going to alternate between them, doing 2 sets of each. Our first 2 exercises are wide squats, no bands required, and resistance bands, single rows. So choose a band for those and attach only 1 handle. Or if your handles are permanent and don't come off, no worries. Just grab the webbing material of both handles and work that way. All right, ready or not, let's start this workout. We're starting with 10 wide squats followed by side reaches, so get your feet wide with your toes turned out and stand tall with good posture and your core tight. As you squat, drive your hips back and keep your weight on your heels. You absolutely don't need to go as low down as I am. Work at your own level, and as you progress and get stronger, you can challenge yourself to go lower. Make sure you're keeping a natural arch in your back as you squat, so don't let your back round at all. On the reaches, keep your core really tight, and you can either choose to reach up and over, really elongating your spine as you do so, or if you have any injuries, just reach out to the sides, keeping your arms lower. Either way, focus on making yourself a couple inches taller throughout the reaches, so really stretch your spine. And for your breathing, start and exhale at the bottom of your squat. Always remember, you exhale with the effort. That's on any exercise you do. I put these first because I love the way they feel. It's such an energizing move that sets a good tone for the rest of the workout. And you've only got 1 more repetition, nice and controlled. Up for your side reaches. And just like that, your first set is done. Great job. Let's move on to the single rows. Set yourself up with a band that makes these challenging for you because you don't want them to feel easy. If they feel easy, you're not going to build more strength, and that's why you're here. Step out from your anchor until there's plenty of tension on the band when your arm is out straight. Start with your same side leg back. If you have any balance issues, do these next to something sturdy you can hold on to with your free hand. Pull the band back by driving with your elbow and squeezing your shoulder blade in towards your spine. When your arm is out long, your same side leg is out long behind you, and do try to put some weight on the ball of the lunge leg, although the majority of your weight does stay on the planted foot. Exhale with the effort, which on these is as you pull. You're going to do 10 on one side and then switch and do 10 on the other. And now that we've switched to the other side, check in with your posture as you row and make sure your core is tight and your spine is in a straight line and you're holding it still so there's no twisting. Most importantly, make sure you're giving an extra big squeeze between your shoulder blade and spine once your elbow is all the way back. That squeeze, it's called scapular retraction, and it helps you build your rhomboids, which are a pair of muscles that hold your shoulder blades to your spine, and they play a huge role in your posture. Weak rhomboids aren't only to blame for poor posture, they also can cause various injuries, so do take the time to really squeeze during the contraction phase. And we've finished set 1 of the rows. Great job. So now let's go back to our last set of wide squats. We're going to do 10 reps again. Here we go. Just like before, get your feet wide with your toes turned out. Drive your hips back and keep your weight on your heels. For the reaches, focus on making yourself taller and your neck longer and hold your core tight. That's going to help you protect your spine. And now that you've got these down, keep going until you've done 10 repetitions, making sure you're exhaling with the effort. We're getting there, and I'm still with you, and I'm proud of you for still being with me. Here's repetition 8, reach, reach, and number 9, big reach, you're so tall. And our last rep, drive your hips back, come up and reach to the side, to the other side, and set, done. Nice work. We've got one more set of the single rows, and then we'll be moving on to our next exercises. Set yourself up for the rows just like before, walking out until there's enough tension on the band while your arms straight, starting with your same side leg back, and then a nice strong pull as you exhale. At the same time as the row, step your feet back together. Continue rowing and lunging, keeping your spine straight, your core tight, and driving your elbow back so you can focus on that big squeeze, or the scapular retraction, where you draw your shoulder blade in towards your spine. Imagine cracking a walnut with your shoulder blade. That's what you're going for. 10 reps, and then switch to the other side. Keep it nice and controlled as you go, and keep going until you've got all 10 reps done on each side. And we're almost done with this set. On our last few reps, finish with a big squeeze on your final row. And there we are. Congratulations, you've completed your first 2 exercises. Let's move right on to the next 2. And again, we're going to superset them. You'll be doing a reverse fly with a skier squat. I love this move. And then you'll superset that with a single arm chest press. Starting with the reverse fly skier, using 2 handles this time, feet close together, here we go. Open your arms so your body forms a T. That's the reverse fly. Close the handles again and then drop into a skier squat, bringing the handles down to your sides as you squat. Notice how as I squat, I'm rotating the handles so my palms are facing backwards, and then I rotate them back to neutral on the reverse fly. You'd probably naturally do that anyways, but still, just check in and make sure you're doing it like that. So you're basically doing a 4-count pattern here. Open, close, squat, close. It kind of helps me to say that in my head as I go so I remember the pattern. This is such a wonderful full body move. You're pretty much working all your major muscle groups, so it's a lot of bang for your buck. And again, you don't have to squat as far as me, or you can squat farther, whatever works for you. Work at your own level, but do make sure you're challenging yourself so it's hard enough your body will create a training response, so you'll build more strength. Next, you'll do the single arm chest press. Only attach one handle and then face away from your anchor, making sure there's plenty of tension on the bands, so walk out until you feel that tension. Get in a split squat with the opposite leg forward and hold that position. With your palm facing down, press the band forward while you're exhaling until your arm is fully extended straight out in front of you, and then return the handle to your shoulder with your elbow extending behind you. Keep your chest up and don't lean forward. Hold your core tight and your hips square and don't allow any rotation. Keep your neck long and your eyes ahead. This is another exercise that targets your whole body, only this time we're focusing more on the front of body muscles, or your anterior chain, while the reverse skiers focus more on your posterior chain. And there's 10 reps on one side, so now join me and switch to the other side. Again, set yourself up in a split squat with the opposite leg forward and exhale each time you press. Check in with yourself about the strength of the band you're working with. Are you challenged? If you feel like you could easily do 20 reps in a row with the band you're working with, then next time, switch to a harder band. One of the common mistakes we make in strength training is choosing easier resistance, not hard enough resistance, and that's one reason why we don't see any strength gains. You're putting the time in anyways, so let's make it count. And here's your last chest press. Great job finishing up that set. Now we're back to our second and final set of reverse fly skier squats. So set your band back up with two handles, and again, face your anchor with your feet fairly close together in a narrow stance, and back up so you feel tension on the bands. Stand with good posture and remember the 4-count pattern. Open, close, squat, close. On the squat, it's important to drive your hips back and keep your weight on your heels. You want to maintain that natural arch in your back and not allow any rounding. And now that you're a pro at these, keep going until you've done all 10 repetitions, remembering that pattern. Open, close, squat, close. We're almost done with these. Are you hanging in there? Be proud of yourself for doing the work. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And here's our last reverse skier squat. Way to go. You are done with that one for the day. Now you've got one more set of chest presses before we move on. So get your band in single handle mode, face away and set yourself in a split squat with your opposite leg forward and get to pressing. Remember to keep your chest up and don't lean forward. Exhale with each press and really challenge your legs this set. See if you can drop another inch lower so that you're really feeling your quads. Get them yelling at you a little. It's easy to neglect your legs in this exercise and only focus on the press, but don't do that. Make your legs work hard too. And there's our last rep on one side. Let's switch to the other side, making sure to switch your legs too. And remember, opposite leg is forward from the working arm, and your chest is up too. Keep pressing slow and controlled, exhaling each time you press. A few more reps, so keep pressing. You are doing so great. You're still with me and I'm proud of you for it. And there it is. You've now completed 4 of the 7 exercises in this plan. Way to go.
Let's jump right into the next superset where we'll be doing robot walks and core twists. And here we go with the robot walks. You're going to lunge step your way forward, and when you lunge step on your left leg, you rotate your trunk to the left with a tall spine and a tight core, and then you follow that with a lunge step on your right leg and rotate to the right with a tall spine and a tight core. I'm doing 5 robot walks and then turning around and doing 5 the other way to complete my 10. And if you don't have enough space to do them all in a line, you can do that too. These are wonderful for challenging your dynamic balance, and you can really get a strength workout here too if you go deep into the lunges, taking big steps and dropping your hips low. Make sure you're going slow on these. Slow is actually more challenging. If you find you're struggling with your balance on these, do these along a wall so you can reach out and hold on and be a little safer. And here we are on our last rep, and there you go. Great job. Let's move on to core twists. For these, you want to set your band up with one handle, or if you're using a band with permanent handles, just hold both handles together in both hands. Stand sideways from your anchor and in a wide stance, and from there, pivot your toes so they're pointed away from the anchor, even though you continue to face sideways from the anchor. Hold both handles with your arms straight out in front of you, and then rotate the band away from the anchor nice and slow until the band touches your arm. That's your cue to return to the start. Keep your spine up straight and don't bend forward. You want an upright spine as you rotate, and it's important you keep your core tight as you go. You're going to be doing 10 on each side, so keep going and do all 10 repetitions both ways. Your setup is the same as the other side. You're standing sideways, your arms are straight out. Pivot your feet so your toes point away from the anchor. And you'll notice I'm keeping the knee on my outer leg a little bent. That allows my hips to be more mobile, which protects my lumbar spine from over-rotation. So do allow that knee to bend. When we move, we need healthy rotation in our thoracic spine, and this exercise is great for that, but we don't want to encourage any lumbar spine rotation. So anyways, keep your knee bent, your core tight, and your spine straight as you do these. All right, and now you're done with your first set of core twists. Next up is your second and final set of robot walks, so move to your walking space, and here we go. Holding your arms up like I'm doing here does 2 things. It helps you stay upright and not lean forward, plus it challenges your balance a little more, making your balance a little more compromised. Again, you're going slow, you're challenging yourself with large lunge steps and lowering as much as you safely can, and you're holding your core tight to protect your spine as you twist. And you're doing all this with a smile, hopefully, because you're almost done with your workout. And here's your very last robot walk for the day. Nice work. You've only got one more set of core twists and then just one more exercise to knock out after that. You're getting there. All right, you're all set up. Here we go with your last set of core twists. And now that you know what you're doing on these, it's a great time to check in with the difficulty level of the band you've chosen. This is one time I'd not encourage you to push to a harder band, because if your form is off and you're doing too much rotation in your lumbar spine instead of through your hips and thoracic spine where you actually want the rotation with these twists, you could be making yourself vulnerable for an injury. So make sure you're careful with proper form, getting that outer knee bent, holding your core super tight, keeping your spine upright, and if anything hurts in that red flag sort of way, don't do it. Exercise is such a delicate balance between pushing yourself to create a training response and then over-pushing and creating an injury. We never know exactly where that sweet spot is, so it's good to always err on the side of caution. All right, we're just about done with core twists, so keep going until you've done 10 on both sides. And here's your very last rep. All right, way to go. You've completed 6 of the 7 exercises. Let's move right on to our calf raises and a heel-toe balance. And anyone with balance issues, do these near a wall for safety. Stand with good posture with your feet lined up heel to toe as if you were on a line. And then slowly raise up to your tippy toes as high as you can and then slowly come back down. We're gonna do 5 repetitions here. And then once we've done those, we're gonna switch our feet around and we'll do the last 5 reps that way for a total of 10 per set. And here I am switching my feet. And as for your arms, you can make it harder by reaching all the way up to the sky, but that's totally up to you. Balance is so important to train as we're aging, but it's also so easily neglected. So even though this might not seem like much, it's just as important as anything else you did today. And just like that, your first set is done. Take a moment for a little break here and then do your final set just like you did the first set. 5 repetitions with your left foot forward and then 5 with your right foot forward. Just make sure you're upright as you do these with a nice long spine. And once you've done all 10, you have officially completed today's workout. Excellent job and congratulations on sticking with it. You can find the whole Y.E.S fitness plan over on thefitrv.com, so click the link in the description to see that. And also it's where you can leave comments or ask me anything. Until next workout, friends, be well, be happy, and go RVing. I'll see you soon, I hope.